Alafia, Mandala, Bibi Fahudi Hayes, your favorite warrior, Blak Pantha, back in the building, this time on the Orisha Myths series. We're going to get into Baba Ogun, which is the Orisha that I must worship for the betterment of my life. But is his number 3 or 7? Let's go. Well, you know, Ogun is commonly associated with both numbers, but to say that it is his number isn't quite true. Orisha don't really have numbers that if you see this number, it means the Orisha is close or something to that effect. It more refers to literature of the cowrie shell divination system, which you will see the number 3 represented by an Odu of Ogunda. Ogunda commonly means Ogun devise. So people associate that with Ogun. And I would agree, yes, that is, for all intents and purposes, his Odu. But other Orisha speak in this Odu as well. Ogun is not the only one that speaks in this Odu. So it is not exclusively his Odu, and within the literature in the Odu, there's nothing about 3 being his number. Let's move on to the number 7. The number 7 relates to the hunter's poetry called Ijala. In this poetry, there are 7 Oguns from different towns that take different type of sacrifices to include snails, rams, tree saps, and other things. So the number 7 isn't Ogun's number, but it's describing 7 ways Ogun is worshipped in these different places.
So the next myth, Shango is a Muslim. Not sure if you heard this before, but I have heard it plenty of times. And let's go ahead and get into it, family, okay? So he was said to have been sent to live with Muslim people. All right, so we know that Shango is the 3rd or 4th king of Oyo. Now the question is, did Shango actually live with Muslims? Well, yes. What does the Odu say? The Odu says in Okan Rameji, he did go and live amongst Muslims until he was summoned to return back and be the king of Oyo by his brother Ajala. So when he returned, he did not institute Islam, though, family, as a religion of Oyo, even though he had the power to do so. Instead, what he chose to do was rule Oyo and kept the Orisha worship intact. So in conclusion, Shango was never a Muslim.
So let's get into this lie that won't die. Eshu is Satan. Oh boy. First of all, there is no devil or Satan in African spiritual traditions. We now will deal with the claim that Eshu is Satan. This comes from a man named Samuel Ajay Crowther, who was a Yoruba man that translated the Bible into the Yoruba language. When he did that, he linked Eshu and Satan together, which is a farce and an outright lie. But let's go into the Odu Oyeku Oturopon to see what this Odu says about Eshu. It says, the child of the wealthy. Eshu visits us with blessings. Eshu block evil on our tracks. Eshu divert prosperity to our households of the initiates. May Eshu stand with us always. This is not the narrative of Satan in the Bible, and is actually the opposite. We can label this myth debunked and keep going.
That's right. Y'all heard what the Blak Pantha said. Label that myth debunked and keep it pushing. Okay? On to the next one. Now, it has been stated that YEMOJA resides at the bottom of the ocean. This is myth number 2. Not sure if you're privy to it, but oh my goodness, I'm so sick of hearing about it. This myth is very popular in the diaspora. Unfortunately, a lot of information in the diaspora, because of our experience, has been falsified and has been presented as the ultimate universal truth. But basically, YEMOJA is the river deity. She is the top river deity, to be specific. Okay, there are other river deities that have never got the association with the ocean, but for some reason YEMOJA has got this association and it has never died. In case you are not familiar, there's other divinities: Oba, Otin, Irinla, Yewa. There are other ones, but for whatever reason, YEMOJA is the only one that is worshipped as an ocean deity. And the bottom line is, YEMOJA is a river deity. She's worshipped among rivers, streams, wells, runoffs. That's what YEMOJA is, okay? So the bottom line is that when you see YEMOJA as some type of mermaid or something, mermaids don't live in the riverboat, okay? Now moving on to the next one. OLOKUN's number is 5. So this also stems and goes along with the number 4, because so basically they're saying that YEMOJA is at the top of the ocean, OLOKUN is at the bottom of the ocean, but OLOKUN actually means owner of the ocean. All of it, not a part of it, not some of it, but all of it, okay? OLOKUN is the highest ranking water divinity, period, okay? The narrative comes from the Cuban tradition. That's where it stems from. But here in Isheshe, we know that OLOKUN represents the ocean. So in conclusion, that myth has been debunked as well. This has been a quick little video, family. We want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Like this video, share, and comment. Peace and love. See you on the next one.